There are such universal themes in the Star Wars stories, and ironically, I think people feel that it, you know, despite being fantasy, science fiction, it reflects the world we actually live in its inclusiveness and diversity and conflict and themes of good against evil and so it's fascinating to experience that as a child, you know, to have your imagination so enriched by these stories, and then now as an adult to look back and rekindle my relationship to Star Wars, and in particular those Star Wars movies and the tone of this series, which I find is a little bit more Empire Strikes Back and a bit grittier and edgier Star Wars. That I realize, wow, these you know, in terms of war and family and personal conflict and personal journey and personal relationships, it reflects so much what our actual reality as human beings on this planet is.
It just pinned my ears back just looking at that thing, and I was just mouth agape.
George Lucas, and he created it. I don't think people give enough full value to what that means. I like to think I do, but I worked with him, so I've seen him create it. I've seen the person that comes up with the lines and the dialogue and understands Anakin Skywalker and Luke Skywalker in a very deep level because those characters are a part of him.
As I became a bit more of a student of filmmaking, I really began to appreciate the brilliance of Star Wars and what Lucas had created. And then I, of course, started to read more and the hero's journey and all those kinds of, you know, books, and began to really appreciate Joe Campbell and what he was saying and understand a lot more. Then, for me, it became, wow, you know, it was beyond being groundbreaking, Star Wars was. It was, in its own way, again, like a crack into some sort of other universe that I hadn't been exposed to, you know? So it was pretty phenomenal, not only what it was at the time, but what it has become.